First of all, stop for 5 seconds and ask yourself, is your routine taking you where you really want to go? If the answer is, I don't know or not exactly, then you need to watch this video until the end. Take advantage and subscribe to the channel. Activate the bell and share it with someone who needs to master time before time masters them. Have you ever felt like the day is over and you haven't done anything really important? Your to-do list keeps growing, your phone keeps clicking, and time seems to slip through your fingers. The hard truth is it's not a lack of time, it's a lack of intention. While most people live on autopilot, billionaires do it differently. They don't just manage their time. They master their own mental rhythm. We're not talking about magic tricks, but solid habits. Small, daily decisions that create an invisible but unbeatable advantage. They wake up with purpose, prioritize smartly, and block out distractions like they're guarding gold. Because, in practice, time is the most valuable asset there is. And here's the thing that few people understand: being productive isn't about doing more things. It's about doing the right things. With focus, discipline, and a good dose of deep work, you can completely change the course of your life without waiting for Monday or the next online course. In this guide, you'll discover the 5 most powerful habits billionaires use to gain mental clarity, accelerate results, and live with more purpose. But be careful, this isn't about perfection. It's about consistency with intention. Ready to take control? Imagine waking up before sunrise, lighting a candle, and silently planning your day with intention. That's exactly what Benjamin Franklin did every morning. In his notebook, he wrote, "What good will I do today?" A simple yet powerful question. It wasn't about doing a lot, but about doing it with purpose. This habit of reflection and planning shaped his productivity and his legacy. Franklin understood something that many people don't: being busy is not the same as being effective. We live in an age where rushing has become a status symbol. But does it really get results? He reminds us that time management starts with awareness, knowing where you're putting your energy. Being intentional is more important than being fast, and that's worth its weight in gold. The foundation of high performance is living with clarity and focus. Franklin's day was structured with blocks of time, but not in a rigid, robotic way. There was space for work, play, learning, and breaks, all thought out with balance. This lifestyle promotes true, deep work, the kind that builds something real over time. And, of course, it requires discipline. More than productivity, he sought progress. At the end of each day, Franklin asked himself, what good did I do today? And this closed a cycle of self-knowledge and continuous improvement. Small daily adjustments turned into big transformations. The secret was in habits, not in great revolutions. And it all started with a blank sheet of paper and a little intention. Now stop and think, what would your days be like if you started with focus instead of rushing? What if you focus on what really matters instead of reacting to chaos? It doesn't take a genius to apply this, just a willingness to start differently. Franklin's mindset is still relevant today. If you master your morning, you master your time. And mastering time is a first step to mastering life. Not every task deserves your attention. One of the biggest productivity pitfalls is confusing movement with progress. You can spend your day putting out fires and still not move an inch in the right direction. Billionaires know fist hats while they prioritize with brutal honesty. They choose what will make a real impact, and the rest just doesn't make it onto the agenda. One simple habit can transform your week. Write down 3 main goals that are connected to your long-term vision. No endless list of 27 items that only creates anxiety and frustration. Choose what really matters. The key is not to do everything, but to do what matters with total focus. The rest can wait, be delegated, or simply eliminated. This is where the famous Pareto law comes in. 20 of your actions generate 80 of your results. This applies to everything: business, studies, health, relationships. The problem is that we spend too much time on the 80 that yields almost nothing. The key is to identify the few commitments that bring real returns. This requires reflection and courage to say no to tasks that only seem urgent. Prioritizing is also an act of protection. When you set your priorities, you are shielding your time from distractions. Think of it as a shield that prevents the world from dictating your schedule. If you don't prioritize, you live at the mercy of other people's schedules. And living like this is like rowing without direction is tiring, but it doesn't get you anywhere. It's the opposite of an intentional life. So stop right now and ask yourself what truly matters this week. Write down those 3 goals. Make them visible. Set reminders. And most of all, honor that commitment to yourself. Because when you learn to prioritize, you start building a routine that serves your purpose, not the other way around. And that changes everything. Have you ever ended the day wondering, where did all my time go? If so, time blocking could be the game changer you need. The idea is simple: divide your day into specific blocks of time, each with a clear function. This prevents tasks from getting mixed up and helps you stay truly focused. When everything has its time, productivity stops being a matter of luck and becomes a system. Start by setting aside blocks of time for your most important activities, those that require deep work. This could be creating, reading, planning, or even resting. During this time, treat these tasks as sacred. No notifications, no social media, no interruptions. It's like you're in a meeting with yourself, and you can't miss this appointment. But be careful, don't turn your day into a time prison. Time blocking works best with smart flexibility. Include strategic breaks to breathe, have a coffee, or simply look out the window. These breaks aren't wasted time through maintenance of your mind. Mental clarity is an ally of productivity, not an enemy of rushing. The true power of time blocking lies in conscious planning. When you distribute your tasks in advance, you avoid overload and gain clarity. You stop reacting to what comes your way and start acting with intention. This reinforces the habit of time management and shows that you treat your schedule with respect. And believe me, the world starts to do the same. Start small, set aside 2 hours tomorrow just for what really matters. Tell those who need to know. Close your tabs. Put your phone on airplane mode. It may feel strange at first, but you'll soon feel the effects. Time blocking isn't just an organizational technique. It's a commitment to your discipline, focus, and freedom. You know that never-ending to-do list that never ends? That's not the list of billionaires. For them, the list is a powerful tool, not a repository of random tasks that only generate anxiety. Creating a smart list means knowing how to filter what really deserves your attention. And for that, the famous Eisenhower matrix is a golden ally. The matrix divides tasks into 4 quadrants: urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important. With this classification, it is easier to decide what to do now, what to schedule, what to delegate, and what to eliminate. It is a practical way to stay focused on what really impacts your life and your results. Additionally, breaking down big goals into smaller actions makes the process less daunting and much more productive. Think of each item on your list as an actionable step that will get you closer to your larger goal. This clarity provides motivation and a real sense of progress, because checking off a completed task activates that reward loop in your brain. One trick that helps you maintain the habit is to always make your list at the same time of day. It could be late in the afternoon or early in the morning before you start your activities. This turns planning into a routine and prevents procrastination. This way, your list stops being an obligation and becomes a map for daily success. And don't forget the smart list respects your time and priorities. It is an ally of time management, discipline, and focus, preventing you from getting lost in distractions or tasks of little relevance. With it, chaos becomes order, and your day becomes a journey with purpose. Automation doesn't mean laziness. It's a smart strategy to free up your time and energy for what really matters. Think about the repetitive tasks in your day: answering standard emails, scheduling meetings, or even paying bills. Using simple tools to automate these activities is like putting your time in turbo mode. There are a number of affordable options that can make your routine easier, from scheduling apps to email filters that automatically organize messages. When you eliminate this manual work, you free up the mental and physical space to focus on what requires more focus and creativity, true deep work. In addition, automation helps you maintain discipline because it reduces the risk of forgetting important steps or procrastinating on tasks that seem small but add up. It's a way of creating systems that work for you, making your schedule lighter and more focused on priorities. But be careful, automating should be a conscious choice, not an escape. The goal is to optimize, not to abdicate your responsibility. Invest some time to map out your routines and identify where automation can bring the most gains. This increases your productivity and the power of your time management. By freeing your mind from repetitive tasks, you make room to think strategically and act with more intention. And when your focus is free for what really matters, your results grow exponentially. Automation is undoubtedly one of the tools that billionaires use to turn time into freedom. One of the most underrated secrets of time management is knowing how to say no. It sounds simple, but it's one of the hardest tasks for anyone who wants to stay focused and disciplined. People who don't respect your time are invisible thieves, sapping your productivity and stealing your energy without asking for permission. Learning to set boundaries is essential to protecting your space. Saying no isn't rude, it's strategic self-care. When you firmly define your availability, you teach others to value your time, and that creates respect, not conflict. Be clear, to the point, and assertive. You don't need to over-explain. Just show that your schedule has important priorities. Setting an example is also essential. Treat your time with respect and discipline, and people will follow your example. This creates an environment where your routine is valued and your productivity is protected. Remember, you are in control of your schedule, not the other way around. This attitude is one of the pillars for those who want to work with intention and focus. Another important point is to know that setting limits does not mean isolation. You can maintain healthy relationships and collaborate with others, as long as you are clear about what you can and cannot do. The secret is transparent communication and planning. This way, you avoid the famous yes under pressure, which ends in overload. Finally, practice this daily. Set times for appointments, meetings, and even for responding to messages. Respect these times as if they were sacred commitments. When your limits are clear to you and to the world, productivity increases, anxiety decreases, and your routine gains quality. Time protected is time well spent. Before diving into the hustle and bustle of the day, billionaires take time to connect with themselves. A morning self-awareness routine, whether through mindful breathing, quick journaling, or goal setting, prepares a mind for a focused and productive day. Avoiding your phone or email is a simple but powerful way to maintain your focus and energy. This practice helps to clear your mind, creating space for your intention to manifest. When you understand what you really want and feel deep down, it becomes easy to choose your priorities consciously. It's the difference between reacting to what appears and acting with purpose. High performance starts within you with this internal connection. You can start by trying a simple routine, 5 minutes of deep breathing, 3 phrases that set your intention for the day, and a quick review of your priority goals. This short break creates a domino effect of discipline and focus throughout the day. And the best part? It doesn't cost anything other than your willpower. Daily practice strengthens self-awareness, one of the pillars of developing genuine discipline and focus. By knowing yourself better, you understand your limits, your sources of distraction, and your peak energy moments. This helps shape your planning so that it is realistic and effective. Finally, remember that this routine doesn't have to be perfect or long. The key is consistency and intention behind it. Starting from within is an invitation for your time and mind to be aligned, ready to make a difference in your day and your life. Ending the week with a good dose of reflection is what separates those who are just surviving from those who are truly managing their own time. Take a moment to evaluate what worked, what got stuck, and what could be improved. This habit creates a virtuous cycle of learning and continuous growth, because without looking back, it is difficult to move forward intelligently. Small weekly adjustments, even if they seem insignificant, can lead to big changes in the medium and long term. You may need to redistribute your priorities, adjust your time blocks, or automate some other repetitive task. The important thing is to have the discipline to recognize these needs and act with intention, not out of pressure or guilt. This assessment routine strengthens your self-knowledge and self-control, pillars for high performance. By understanding yourself better, you can manage your time and energy in a more aligned way, avoiding waste and increasing your productivity. Reflection is not a pause, it is fuel for the next journey. And hey, erase the trick, stay consistent. There's no point in reflecting once a month and then forgetting about it. Making this practice a weekly routine can make the difference between mediocre results and real success. This is your chance to turn things around week after week with renewed focus and clarity. So, how about setting aside 15 minutes for this analysis today? Grab a notebook, open a document, or use your favorite app. Write down what went well, what didn't, and how you could improve. This small commitment can be a game changer for your time management and productivity. You don't need more time, you need more intention. This is the secret that billionaires know. Well, there's no point in having extra hours on the clock if your mind is scattered and your focus is lost. Mastering your time is, above all, mastering your mind. Choosing where to invest your energy with wisdom and discipline. Don't pressure yourself to be perfect, because perfection paralyzes and demotivates. What matters is to start, even if it's small. Block out 2 hours on your calendar. Write down 3 goals that make sense to you, and reflect on what you really want to achieve. Consistent action with intention is what transforms lives, and yours could be next. Remember, your life is what you do with your time, not what time does to you. Every conscious choice is a seed planted for your future. By taking control of your routine, you make room for what really matters: your dreams, your health, your relationships, and your personal growth. Now, a question for you: what will change in your routine from today on? What habit will you start cultivating to control your time and your mind? Think about it, write down your answers, and most importantly, take action. The path may not be easy, but the reward is liberating. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe to the channel, activate notifications, and share it with anyone who needs to transform their relationship with time. Let's go together on this journey to high performance and success. You've just discovered that time isn't the villain in your story. It's a powerful ally when you decide to govern it with focus and intention. The difference between those who just dream and those who make things happen lies in the discipline to act, the courage to say no, and the clarity to prioritize what really matters. Are you ready to take control of your life? To stop surviving day to day and start creating the future you want? That choice is yours, and it starts now. Small habits built with purpose create a mindset of success that no one can take away from you. What will you do differently tomorrow to control your time and mind? What commitment will you make to yourself to turn this desire into action? Think about it. Write it down, share it, and most importantly, take action. Because true transformation comes from movement. If you want more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next tips. Join a community that wants to grow together, transform, and win every day. Let's go on this journey together.